North American Van Lines picked my things up from California, moved them to Texas, and I had a claim against them, and they refused it, even though I had 4 witnesses, eyewitnesses to what they did. They took my handicapped scooter and they threw it in a cage, and on top of a beautiful blue chair. I'm in a wheelchair, see, I'm handicapped, so I pay them to move me, pack, unpack, and I think you saw the way they unpacked, just junk everywhere, and it was a nightmare. So I have put in more than one complaint, and I just keep getting back an email saying that my claim is denied, even though I sent letters of proof of people that saw what had happened. Um, Yesterday, I sent them their own log sheet, which they should have checked off, since they were the packers and the movers and the unpackers. I only got one email about a week ago saying that they would look into the packing. That's it. So I don't hear back from them, and I don't know what to do. So I looked online at how to complain, and you were one of the ones that came up.
Okay, so tell me, did you try to call them or to connect with someone else to tell that?
Several times. Just refused, claim denied. So I asked them to escalate it to their president, and he denied the claim. So I guess this is just typical of what these moving companies do. I have another one with Wheaton, and I paid for the insurance, a lot of money, and they're doing the same thing. They're just denying it. So it's very disheartening when they were paid to pack, they were paid to unpack, and they were paid to move me. The place that I moved to in Texas, I think I sent you the link to that. That was another nightmare because they totally lied. None of the things that are on their website are even there. And so I was told that, anyway, that's a whole other thing. But so I had to move back to California. Um, this is like about a almost $30,000 episode, and I'm a widow, and actually my home has been ripped off by a church. It's like my life has been a nightmare since my husband died. Um, that I had a life estate with, so they haven't paid me in 2 years, and I really need help in my home, and it would be really nice if Allied would at least pay me my claim, but I don't know what can we do? Choke them?
And before moving, did you consider any other companies for moving, like to pack it and to unpack and so on?
Well, there aren't really that many that go to Texas, so Allied is the lady was here, gave me the sales pitch about they'd been in business. Her company, which is Sandercock in San Luis Obispo, she gave me a great sales pitch. She was so nice, and I'm so stupid. I fall for nice people. Well, salespeople are always nice. So um, I will say that on her end, they did a good job packing. Um, then I thought that would be the person who they would drive the truck to Texas, but that isn't how it works. They just farm it out to someone else. And so I get to Texas and I see that I'm not at a place that is going to be able to help me at all. I mean, I couldn't even get into my apartment. There was no AD access. So I've just been living a nightmare for a while.
Yeah, like I'm so sorry for that, that you have to do that and that you have had that. So like, it's really, really awful. What do you think, like, what a company could do better in their customer service and in their service what they provide?
Well, they could be honest, and when an honest claim is presented, like I sent the letter from the lady who watched the Beacons driver, Ally driver, get him confused, literally take my mattress, and it was only a king, extra long twin, and take it and push it into the street. She watched because she couldn't figure out what he was doing. I sent a letter from her. I didn't know the lady at the time. And so when I did get a reply from Allied saying, well, did you examine the bed to see if there was dirt on the mattress? Not only did they break the frame, because I have to sleep at zero gravity, I had to sleep in my recliner the entire time I was there, and I'm not going to sleep in a bed that's been thrown into the street. So it's like all of this stuff is just okay. Well, if it's okay, then I would definitely not recommend North American van lines to anybody. You don't know what the driver's going to do. They just want to get in and out. That's what they do. So I mean, you saw the picture of how, I mean, I paid $1,000 for that mess. And I couldn't even get around in the apartment because the way they set that big fireplace piece, which they told me they couldn't get in the apartment. And I used to design houses, and they told me it was 12 feet long. And I said, there's no way it's 12 feet long. It is 8 feet 3 inches. So they left it in the lobby, and then they moved it. They did move it to the garage. So I had to get somebody to move it from the garage up into my apartment, and it was all bumpy and lumpy, so I couldn't get around in there. It was just a nightmare.
Okay, and what actual solution are you looking for from this company?
I want them to pay for the stuff that they broke. That I want them to pay my claim. It's as simple as that. I listed my claim, and I unfortunately had a stroke, so my memory is not all that great. So I can't go over exactly what I said to them unless I pulled it up on my computer. They definitely should pay me back the $1,000 for the unpacking that they didn't do. They charged me for that, and for the broken mattress. I mean, I'm supposed to sleep at zero gravity, and instead I got to sleep in a recliner, which they didn't throw that in the street. Uh, I don't think anyway. And I wasn't able to sleep in the bed. They said they sent a man out, and that man did not know what he was doing. So they, I did not even claim my massage chair because it's not. They said, well, you have to call Brookstone. Well, Brookstone's not in business anymore. So, and Tempur-Pedic said they don't even, that was a really good frame. But they don't make it anymore. So, um, I called for the solutions that they asked me to do. I jumped through their hoops, and then they ignore me.
And what would you advise for the future customers of American van lines?
I would say, I think the way that our society is today, at least for me, because I am fragile, that if you don't have a man who's going to take care of things, then it's not going to happen. Make sure that you um, have the pack. They were supposed to do the packing list. How, I'm moving from a 4,000 square foot house to an 875 square foot apartment, squishing myself. Anyway, they didn't call out numbers. I didn't know anything about how it worked. But then when I realized, well, if they were paid to pack and paid to unpack, they should have called out the numbers. But instead, the driver was in a hurry to get out of there, and he was on his way elsewhere, and hired a third party to, well, the third party was a part of Beacons. I don't know how it all works. And they're the ones who just, they threw things everywhere. Did I send you the picture of the drawer? I'm home now, and it's been, I think I got home January 21st. I still can't get things organized. So they have exhausted me. And then, and I wouldn't recommend Wheaton either. I paid for the insurance, $400. The driver admitted they lost my picture. He admitted it. And yet they're denying the claim. And it was a very expensive oil painting. And I sent them the link to the lady who painted it. So they're just, they know that this happened, but they're denying it, saying I have no proof that it wasn't delivered. And I said, your driver, his name is Scott, he said the oil painting, it was a big oil painting, that it must have been picked up by someone. Well, it was moving in and out of there. It was a nightmare anyway. Must have been picked up by either a resident or another truck. And I let them put the 30-day tracer on it. And then they come back and say, well, we couldn't find it. So then yesterday I photocopied everything, and I said, look, you were paid to pack and unpack these items, and they didn't show up. The one item. I don't care about the broken crystal, and it doesn't even matter. I just want them to pay me the $7,200. It was a very valuable oil painting. So, and that's Wheaton band lines. So what do I say? Don't move.